We've been eliminated from the playoffs. We wait for Kevin Stefanski's press conference because he needs to explain why you would go for two when Shedeur gets us down and we're within a score. All we can do is kick the extra point and we're down 7, plenty of time, and you did exactly what you needed to do, get the ball back. And then you got to go down there and go for two, and then when we go for two, we turn it into a circus act. Unbelievable. This coach...
Unbelievable barely begins to describe it, because the coach had everyone convinced the situation was firmly under control, only for Shedeur Sanders to turn the league upside down with a performance so explosive that it left people murmuring in disbelief, as though they had just witnessed something that wasn't supposed to happen.
Rookie quarterback, whoever steps in the National Football League, will have growth. They'll have growth each game. They'll have things you can do better, but do you see the potential? Do you see an NFL quarterback? Do you see NFL level throws? Do you see?
We knew he would.
Stefanski didn't simply lose a game, he appeared to lose his composure, his headset, and possibly the dressing room as well, with one night sending everything into chaos as fans buzzed, analysts looked baffled, and Stefanski seemed like a man whose career had just been intercepted in plain sight.
Kevin Stefanski did not want Shedeur Sanders, didn't even want him in the 5th round. Kevin Stefanski has done everything in his power to keep Shedeur Sanders from succeeding in Cleveland as a 5th round pick against all odds. Even yanking Shedeur again for the potential tying 2-point conversion, going with the Wildcat.
Shedeur didn't arrive in Cleveland quietly. He burst onto the scene as if he already belonged there, playing with the ease of someone who looked like he'd left rookie mode on by mistake while still dismantling an entire defense without breaking a sweat, the crowd roaring as the stadium trembled and Stefanski tried to convince himself it wasn't all unraveling, before the moment arrived when the ball left Shedeur's hand with unmistakable, ice-cold confidence.
2-point conversion calls that I've ever seen in recent memory. But let's talk Shedeur Sanders. It looks to me like Cleveland might have found someone here for the future. I know you like Shedeur Sanders. You've stood on the podium and sung praises to this man's name for the last couple of years. Are you liking what you see right now despite the loss?
Every pass slices through the defense as if he's rewriting the sport in real time, and the crowd is no longer just cheering but watching a full-blown takeover, with people staring at the pitch as though they've been following the wrong game their entire lives, while opposing defenders look utterly lost, turning in circles as the young star turns them into highlight clips. The cameras keep cutting back to Stefanski, almost to check he's still upright and not waiting for someone to pull him from the contest, and by the time the second touchdown lands, a murmur ripples through the stadium asking the same question over and over: where has this been all season? So what actually happened out there? For touchdowns and an interception, the kind of stat line where you let a rookie flash a bit and accept it as part of the learning curve, because that's exactly what a first season is meant to be, and there was value in seeing him play from behind, take extra passing reps, and grow more comfortable. Something that's been happening week by week despite the criticism he took after the 49ers game from people who clearly didn't watch how that contest really unfolded. It's why fans are now genuinely asking how Shedeur managed to sit on the bench for so long without serious questions being raised, and then comes the moment when Stefanski calls the Wildcat and the entire stadium seems to freeze, his expression shifting from calm control to someone who looks like he desperately needs a long walk in the countryside, standing there as if he's trying to solve calculus with his soul while supporters witness his internal struggle in real time. All the while, Shedeur is commanding the field as if he's unlocked hidden cheat codes, composed, precise and fully locked in, making seasoned veterans look like they've just turned up for their very first shift.
Running back doesn't even know that he's supposed to pitch the ball to the guy coming around, so it's like, it just felt like they just pulled it out of their butt and just ran something just to ran it, and it was just, I agree with it.
Brand?
Yeah, I'll say this, and I agree with Jason to the point of, he carried you all the way downfield. He got you all the way downfield. He threw the ball that you scored a touchdown on. If you wanted to take the ball out of his hands on the 2-point conversion play, even that's fine. But he should have been on the field. You have a defensive coordinator in Denard Wilson who studies film ad nauseum, and he understands, and one thing that Denard is really good at is game.
That's the moment the reality strikes everyone at once, because this isn't a simple breakout but a complete takeover, with social media in meltdown, analysts scrambling to keep up and conspiracy threads appearing everywhere, while somewhere in the middle of that chaos Stefanski seems to realize he may be watching his coaching future unravel on live television. Up in the stands, the Browns front office looks like it's trying very hard not to search for how to discreetly replace a head coach, and the tension becomes almost comical, before Sanders flips the script entirely by unleashing a perfect 40-yard strike, pure precision in full stride, sending the stadium into eruption as if something otherworldly had just landed in the end zone. Stefanski stands there blinking, as though hoping reality might glitch and drop him into another dimension, and with every snap Sanders takes it becomes painfully obvious that keeping him on the bench wasn't a minor misjudgment but a full-scale tactical disaster.
Rookie quarterback, whoever steps in the National Football League, will have growth. They'll have growth each game. They'll have things you can do better. But do you see the potential? Do you see an NFL quarterback? Do you see NFL level throws? Do you see NFL level decision making? And you see all those things with Shedeur Sanders. You saw a dime of a throw on his first touchdown pass his first touchdown pass was to Njoku.
Shedeur didn't just make a statement, he exposed an entire way of thinking, and analysts are already lining up months of debate because leaving a player this electric on the bench isn't strategy, it borders on negligence, a truth even the commentators struggle to disguise as their voices betray knowing smirks. The sense around the stadium is that Stefanski's job may be slipping away before the clock even reaches zero, and then comes the moment that rattles everything at once, shaking the crowd, the cameras, and half of Cleveland, while somewhere in the building a PR intern is already drafting a carefully worded statement. Shedeur jogs calmly to the sideline as if he's just completed a routine errand rather than detonating an NFL coaching career, as whispers turn into rumors, rumors into sources say, and that heavy silence hits just before breaking news alerts flood the arena. Upstairs, the front office paces with the urgency of people who know exactly what they've just witnessed, because a performance like this can't be ignored, nor can the fact it was nearly left unused under a game plan better suited to a museum of failed ideas. Stefanski shifts from composed to looking like a man mentally browsing jobs that don't involve quarterbacks, as the stadium transforms into pure electricity, the kind that only exists when history feels like it's being written in real time. Everyone senses it, the players, the crowd, Shedeur himself, and deep down Stefanski does too, making his exit feel less like a shock and more like inevitability disguised as surprise. The polite disbelief fades quickly, because the signs were always there, especially when the offense previously looked so confused that players barely knew their assignments, and Shedeur's performance was far too sharp and undeniable to minimize. Coaches watching at home likely paused the tape and took notes twice, because Cleveland didn't just open a new chapter, it kicked the door down, with fans scrambling.
Shedeur hit the hot hand, why would you take him off?
Yeah, it's a 2-point play. Didn't come through on our first 2-point play, got to the second 2-point play, we didn't come through, but that's on me.
Was that rookie quarterback, whoever steps in the National Football League, will have growth. They'll have growth each game. They'll have things you can do better, but do you see the potential? Do you see an NFL quarterback? Do you see NFL level throws? Do you see NFL level decision making? And you see all those things with Shedeur Sanders. You saw a dime of a throw on his first touchdown pass his first touchdown pass was to Njoku.
Almost overnight, the Browns transform into the team no one wants to face and everyone quietly dreads seeing on the fixture list. And the irony is they didn't reinvent anything at all, they simply unleashed the right quarterback. Off the pitch, the front office rushes to frame the narrative as if this surge was engineered from the beginning, suddenly claiming every delay and baffling decision was all part of the grand design, a revisionist tale that convinces no one. Meanwhile, Stefanski's name drifts into coaching folklore of the cautionary variety, retold in meetings, documentaries, and late-night conversations as shorthand for a single warning: don't ignore the quarterback who can make your entire playbook obsolete. Somewhere, he's likely watching Shedeur highlights dominate every feed, wondering whether witnessing greatness counts as career development. What makes it even more staggering is how effortlessly Shedeur continues to dominate, tossing deep balls with the ease of skipping stones across water and dissecting defenses like a teacher marking homework, his composure, accuracy, and icy control becoming the talk of the locker room as teammates joke that the league might need a software update because he's operating on a different difficulty level. The national spotlight intensifies by the week and commentators struggle for language, starting with statistics, moving to comparisons, and eventually settling on the simplest truth: he's different. Every snap, every read and every laser throw reinforces why underestimating a player built like this is the fastest way to be embarrassed on a national stage. Back in Cleveland, the same decision-makers who once hesitated now find sudden humility, handing out credit and preaching patience as if it were always the plan, while the season barrels towards its climax and the Browns story becomes pure cinematic chaos, messy, dramatic and thrilling, the kind of plot you'd sketch on a napkin at 2 in the morning and think it